Howdy folks, Matt here with Gulf Coast Fit, and I'm going to run through a shoulder destruction micro session, really a micro task. Short, sweet, deltoid hypertrophy task. This task is all about mechanical tension, building tension through a lot of volume, a lot of reps. I'm going to be doing dumbbell shoulder raises, different shoulder raise variations, all in succession, back to back to back, without setting the weight down. And my goal here is to hit 100 reps. I think I'll go by 10s. You could go by 5s, 15s, whatever. But you're going to get to 100 shoulder raises without setting the weights down. So that makes it a shoulder complex technically. And it's going to be a complex that's comprised of small isolation type of shoulder raises. So you can expect a big burn here, a lot of lactic acid accumulation. Great for your lactic acid tolerance in your shoulders. Great for building a lot of sarcoplasmic hypertrophy in the shoulders, pumping the delts up. Really a lot of mind over matter. There's about a 50% chance you're gonna blow over on me. We'll see how it goes. Got Gus here with me. Spot me, all-time spotter. All right, so without further ado, I'll talk you through the shoulder raise variations. You can follow along with me, 10 reps of each. You don't need a lot of weight. Really anywhere from 5 to 15 pounds is plenty. I'm working with about 12.5 pounds here, and that's gonna really push me to my limit. I'm going 100 reps today, but that's really level 1. Level 2 would be 150, level 3, 200, and that's my plan. Next time, hit 150 reps, various shoulder raise variations, and eventually, in good time, make it to 200 reps. Again, this is a complex, so you never set the weights down. You might take a few breaths, 1 or 2 or 3 breaths between each shoulder raise variation, but keep in mind, the longer you're holding those weights, that in and of itself is a stress on your body that accumulates, builds more and more tension. So whether you're doing shoulder raises or just resting, holding the weights, you're still under that load. So it's in your best interest to take a minimal rest and bust out the next set. Here we go, got my 12.5s, going to 100 reps. So I'm gonna go 10 sets of 10. Make sure you can see me here. All right, I'm gonna start with a rear delt raise. So I'm gonna hinge over, hands pronated, and spread the dumbbells away from each other. This focuses on the rear delts, the posterior delts. It's not a great range of motion, but mechanically that's just the way it goes. There's 10. I'm going to take 2 breaths. I'm going to go with a supinated front raise, which focuses on the anterior delts and the upper pectoralis. So a little bit of chest here too, a little bit of biceps, and a lot of front delts, anterior deltoids. Keeping my body tight, flexing my butt and my abs. I don't want to rock and teeter-totter like this. It's not a cheat rep, not yet anyway. All right, that makes 20. I'm going to take 2 breaths. All right, I'm going to hinge over a little further and do a reverse fly now. So I'm bent over more, palms facing down towards the ground instead of facing towards me. This focuses on the entire upper back, and especially the posterior deltoids. Got a lot of traps and rhomboids as well. All right, 2 breaths. Now just holding these gets tough. Going into a side lateral now, directly out from my body, palms facing down. All right, that makes 40 reps. I'm gonna go into a rear delt kickback or a lat kickback. Straight arms pushing directly behind me now. Still a shoulder raise even though I incorporate the lats and the triceps, but I'm doing this for the posterior delts. These are all shoulder raise, delt raise variations. All right, that makes 50. Going into a full front raise now, from thighs all the way overhead. This is a tough one. Oh, there you go on me. I'm gonna put you down here. I'm gonna keep rolling. There's 7, 8. All right, that makes 60. I'm gonna go into a hammer grip, neutral grip front raise now. So palms facing in, back to the anterior delts, a little bit of pecs, a little bit of biceps. That makes 70. I'm going to go into a bent over W raise now, or a bent over face pull. A little bit more focus on the external rotation of the shoulders now. So you see I bend the elbows, flash my palms up. All about the external shoulder rotation. That's 80. Delts are pretty destroyed right now. That's the name of the game. Now I'm going to go into a internally rotated lateral raise, side lateral raise, which means my pinkies are elevated up. See, pinkies up, thumbs down. Focusing on the medial and posterior delts. My weight's coming loose, so I got to screw it on. All right, next I'm going to go into a transition raise, lateral to front raise. That's 1. This one's a double whammy. 2. 3, a little bit of cheat here, a little bit of momentum. Now, somehow I lost track. That might have been 100, but regardless, I like to finish with an overhead press. Get down on my knees for this so you can see me. Attempting to press quickly, but after all those shoulder raises, it's hard to push very fast, even with this light weight. Whew. So there you have it. 100 reps. Isolating the shoulders for the most part. Still a little bit upper back, still a little bit of triceps, but that's 100 reps, building a lot of mechanical tension, targeting the anterior, medial, and posterior deltoids, working on the shoulders, developing strength and size in a well-rounded manner. It's very beneficial to do a dumbbell raise medley like that from all different angles and simply changing the grip from here to here, or maybe here, partially pronated, partially supinated. Every single type of raise you can do, you can potentially do 3 types of raises just by switching how your grip is. Palms up, neutral grip, palms down, or in between, partially pronated, partially supinated. Changes the emphasis, changes the joint angles, and it changes, you know, any gaps that you can fill in as far as developing muscle and strength. So give that a go, short and quick. Should be all the shoulders you need in a day. However, you could sprinkle that, something like that, into a workout with other micro tasks. So give it a go. Remember, you don't need to go heavy. 5 to 15 pounds. I just used 12.5s, and that was plenty. I wanted to set those weights down, but I tried to keep them up the whole time. Depending on who you are, what you're doing, if you're doing 150 reps, 3 4-pound dumbbells might be effective. Depends on how strict you are, what combination and variety of raises you're doing, and how you execute them. Again, it's not how many you do, how heavy you're going, or what you're doing. It's how you're doing it, how you stay thoughtful about what you're executing and getting the most out of it. So give it a go, and I'll catch you later.